Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MPJ Rock Album Reviews 2023. Right, we are live here. I'm your host, Nigel Matthews, and with me, Simon, Will, Trish, and Paul. Say hi, guys.
Hi guys.
Hey. So today we are reviewing a couple of brand new albums, and they're going to go head to head. Who will come out victorious? Who will we buy between these two bands? And will any of them make our top 50? Will any of them make our glorious Hall of Fame? And in order to do that, they're going to need to score 20 and above. But we'll also post down where they end up overall. So today we have... well, it's the battle of the self-stylists, okay? All I'm going to say is self-stylists. We have Beyond the Black with their album Beyond the Black versus Heroes and Monster and their album Heroes and Monsters. Oh, well, I mean, what can you say about that, eh? What can you say? Well, in the red corner we have... no, actually, you know what? In the black corner. It's got to be black, hasn't it? In the black corner, we have Beyond the Black. Beyond the Black is a German symphonic metal band formed in 2014. Then their debut album became popular immediately after release and entered the German and Austrian national music charts. The band was formed in 2014 in Mannheim, Germany by Jennifer Happen, vocalist. And after finished production of Beyond the Black, first album together with producer Hagen engaged Nils Lesser lead guitar, Christopher Hummels rhythm guitar, Michael Hosser on keyboards, Edwin Schmidt on bass, Tobias Dreyer on drums as live musician. They made their first appearances at various different concerts in 2004 and supporting Saxon. There we go. So, Beyond the Black, symphonic metal. If we're going to go symphonic metal, then it's surely going to tick some of our boxes. Let's find out, Trish. Let's start with you then. Beyond the Black. Did it put you beyond the black? Did it make you want to black out? Let's find out, shall we?
So, a banger of an opening track with Is There Anybody Out There? Was this going to lead into a smorgasbord of a symphonic metal treat? Oh yes, this opening track does exactly what it says on the tin, a straightforward metal track that grabs you. This album did not disappoint, with great vocals hitting all the notes and mesmerising on I Remember Dying, a truly haunting track. The rest of the album, with the guitars and beating drums, Dancing in the Dark and Raise Your Head, had me nodding my head whilst I was listening. This album is a feast of 40 minutes of power metal that hit my sweet spot.
Okay, rock on. William, were you in the black? Did it make you turn the light on, or were you beyond the black?
Yeah, not to spoil anything. This is my favourite album this month.
Hey!
not to spoil anything or my opinions.
I think you just did. Okay, I mean, you say not to spoil it, you just did. But let's hear why. You know. Why?
So, I have quite a soft spot for female-fronted or female-vocal metal bands because it's just something about the softness of those vocals with that aggressive backing music and the rough guitars. Especially about it Beyond the Black, where they have those tracks with the those rough male vocals as well, which really enhance the just the whole sound of the album and really contrasts phenomenally with the with her vocals. This is a fantastic album. She said the opening song was brilliant. Reincarnation is a awesome song. I think it's Not an On Name, which had really prominent the chanting of that bit with both vocalists going simultaneously. That's worked so well for me. The only thing, obviously me being me, the only thing that I would have had that could have made it any better for you is having more of those rough vocals in it, because that's just my bias. I really like rough, evil, aggressive vocals, but this was a wonderful experience, this album.
Ooh, wow. Wowzers. Simon, Beyond the Black. Is this, have you heard of them before? Is this the first time for you? Or
I think it's the first time I listened to the album. I can't remember if it's the first time we've heard the band or not, though. But
okay.
So I try not to let things like I'm about to say impact my reviews too much, because we are reviewing an album, so you have to take into consideration as it's meant to be like a whole piece. So Is There Anybody Out There was a really good start to the album. Loved that song. Reincarnation was a great hit, but then that slow ballad is the next song, and it just completely killed the tempo for me. Winter Is Coming picks things back up nicely. And I'd love to see that performed live, because that guitar solo was awesome, and her vocals really hit the theme that song's going for on that one. And the rest of the album's fairly varied and diverse, which is interesting, especially, like as Will said, Not In Our Name, with those really strong backing vocals, and the whole song feels like this absolutely fantastic anthem song that would really get a crowd going at a gig. I Remember Dying is quite a somber way to end an album. It's hauntingly beautiful, very reminiscent of a time when I used to like Nightwish. It almost seems out of place on the album for me, though. I love it. It just doesn't seem like it matches everything else that's going on with the album. But overall, I want to hear more. The band was fantastic, and I'd love to hear more live as well.
Paul, Beyond the Black, my friend.
Beyond the Black. This German symphonic metal band is fronted by vocalist Jennifer Haben, who was a former winner of a number of German talent shows, including the Hannah Montana singing competition, and sang the Disney Channel trailer Summer of Stars. She was also a member of the pop girl group Sapper, which had a successful album in 2010, and as we pointed out, in 2014 she co-funded Beyond the Black, and this album is their fourth. They've been opening acts for Scorpions and Saxon at major festivals. Their credentials are no joke, having 3 of their albums in the top 10 charts. So what about the album? The first song, Is There Anybody Out There, is a cow horn or bike horn calling out, which definitely adds dynamics to the lyrics. The tracks race along until Wide Awake, which only emphasizes Jennifer's powerful and fantastic vocals, but feels more composed for the Twisted Tales of Disney's latest set of books. And to be honest, the album loses its way after that, although the final song, I Remember Dying, is a fantastic goth song, not quite goth rock. For me, Jennifer's vocals carry the album. The problem is the whole composition feels compromised, as the band want to be heavy, but not too heavy. Dark, but not too dark. Gritty, but not too gritty. As such, I believe they have some way to find their true path. Once they do, they'll be headlining major concerts and not opening them.
Wow. Interesting take on this one. For me, Paul's criticisms and Simon's criticisms are my strengths. They are my compliments, because I love diversity. They've definitely found their true path. They don't want to be great. They don't need to be. They are right. They're right in the right spot. They are perfectly placed. They don't need to go and do anything else. They can stick to what they've got. The formula is phenomenal. It is just brilliant. I love the fact it hits me full in the face and then goes, oh, but yeah, calm down, that's brilliant, and then smashes me in the face again, then just calms me down again. I love the utter diversity of this album. Her voice is phenomenal. The music is phenomenal. I hate too much grit. I hate too much gruff voices. I want it just spot on, and it is absolutely spot on. For me, the album is absolutely spot on. I think they just, and for me to put 4 tracks of an album onto my cool songs, which was Is Anybody Out There? Paul, I mean, you're right. That sound, that haunting kind of whatever, was it a bike horn? I don't know what it was. It was just something I'd never heard before. As an opening track, was just like, oh, hello, not heard this type of sound before. It was just absolutely, it was fantastic. Reincarnation, Into the Light, and Wide Awake, and just I Remember Dying. It's just flipping mind-blowing. I mean, absolutely wow. This has got to be one of my favourite albums since reviewing this whole show, without any shadow of a doubt at all. It is a tour de force. It's phenomenal, and we're all different. We all like certain different things, and I love an album, as I keep harping on, that that ebbs and flows and hits my sweet spot, and this hit my sweet spot. It is just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Well done, Beyond the Black. However, one minor criticism: I didn't think that was a symphonic metal album. They might have started in 2000 as a symphonic metal band. That was not symphonic metal. That was just fucking metal, and it was absolutely brilliant. So, okay. Well, I think Beyond the Black could do quite well here. But will Heroes and Monsters do any better? Let's find out, shall we? When I mentioned Heroes and Monsters, I think both Will and Simon went, "Oh, hello." But who are they exactly then? Well, Heroes and Monsters is a trio was formed by rock and roll lifers and friends, bassist vocalist Todd Kearns, guitarist Steve Burns, and drummer Will Hunt. And I had to really go and find some information about these people. Paul, you're looking at me strange here. Why are you looking?
Yeah, they're still in current bands.
They are. I agree. Yeah. The resume speaks for themselves. Basically, best of both worlds. Kearns, multi-instrumentalist singer, songwriter, producer. He's most noted for bass player and backup singer in Slash, featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. Frontman for Gold Recordings, Canadian band Age of Electric, etc. There, and also supergroup Talk. As well as being this is solo performance, as well as fronting former Kiss guitarist Bruce Killick's band, which was Talk there as well. Guitarist Steve Burns, it's fantastic, varied history of rock music. He spent time playing with pop acts such as Berlin, Huey Lewis and the News, and this goes on. And then Hunt plays drums for Evanescence. Oh, bring it on! And joined in 2007, and performed and written the last 3 studio albums, including their most recent release of Bitter Truth, which debuted at #1 on 27 different countries' album charts. So, a bit of a super group then, really, and are all kind of coming together with that one. So, let's start with you, Simon. Then, Heroes and Monsters, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, when you told me the name, that intrigued me, but the opening track lost me. I think for someone who might like 80s heavy metal, this will probably be right up their street. For me, it's good, but it misses the spot, as it doesn't lean into the heavier side enough for me. The more tinny drums and wailing vocals are fine, but it's just not what I enjoy that much in music. There's a sort of diverse tempo to the album, and it sort of goes between metal and ballads, but to me, it felt a bit like a love letter to AC/DC. So it's the kind of album I wouldn't turn off if it was playing, but I won't lament it if someone wants to skip it.
Paul, would you skip Heroes and Monsters?
Definitely not. This trio of Todd Kearns, Steph Burns and Will Hunt are members of some serious bands. However, they've got together to write, compose and put together this debut album. Are they going to produce something new and groundbreaking? Absolutely not. This is pure hard rock in its purest form. When rock this good, uncomplicated, raw and full of energy, it doesn't matter who they sound like. The most important thing is that this band own their sound big time. The only thing I can say, I wasn't convinced with the power ballads. Apart from that, this is one album I'll be listening to for the rest of the year.
Ooh, high praise indeed. Trish?
No. As if I like 80s rock. I mean, come on. Yeah, you're right. With the opening track called Locked and Loaded, I was excited for this album, and I felt this track was akin to Skid Row sound. Then what flowed on this album was the mix of the 80s influences and 2000s rock. This album caters to new and old rock fans alike. Although multiple subgenres of rock and metal make up the sound for this album, it's energetic, guitar-heavy, rock and roll, full of big hooks and catchy choruses. This album hit my sweet spot, like an album to do. Rock on.
Rock on. Wow, William, did Heroes and Monsters hit your sweet spot, my friend? No.
No.
No?
No. I mean, the one simple sum-up word is underwhelming. It's just hard rock. There's nothing standout. It's like you said, it's hard rock in its purest form. That's not necessarily a compliment, because it doesn't mean there's anything stand out. It just means, oh look, we found this thing. We've just done it. We've not done it exceptionally. We've not done it very well. It's an album. They play music well, but it's not great. The singer, he's got an annoying voice. No, it was an album, but it's compared to the Beyond the Black what we've just heard. This is nothing special. It's a song that happened. They're trying to be old school 80s sound, but unfortunately, it's no longer the 80s. It's 2023, and music's changed and has rather improved since then, I'm afraid. The end. I'm gonna stop before people attack me.
No, actually, Will, not at all. I think you make a very valid point here. I think the problem with this album is, first of all, I enjoyed it, but was it exceptional? No. Was it groundbreaking? Paul, you're absolutely right. No. And I think its saving grace is that it was performed well, and it was produced well, and it had a good sound. But it was generic hard rock kind of metal, really, without really being groundbreaking, and it's stuff that I feel I've heard before, but numerous times. There wasn't anything. I really like Raw Power. That was probably my standout track on the album, but there was nothing amazing about it. It was just, as Simon said, if it was on, absolutely 100% listen to it. It was a really solidly good album without being absolutely exceptional, and and I think what I understand where William's coming from, because William likes to be a lot more edgier, likes something kind of new coming out. So for him, I would imagine that this was kind of it was just standard stuff, really, and it was standard stuff, but it was done really, really well. Anyway, so
edgy is the perfect description of our music taste.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Spot on.
Yeah, absolutely right. Okay, so. Well, let's find out who is going to be the winner of this battle, and whether any of these albums will get the magic score to get them into the Hall of Fame, and certainly for our top albums of 2023. Let's find out, shall we? Simon, we're going to start with you then, my friend. Beyond the Black.
4.5.
4.5. And Heroes of Monsters.
Yeah, middle of the road, exactly 2.5.
2.5, so one up for Beyond the Black. Paul! Beyond the Black.
Beyond the Black, 3.5.
3.5. And Heroes of Monsters.
4.
4. One apiece. Woohoo! Trish. Beyond the Black. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, and Heroes of Monsters?
Yes, it's 2023, but I have no problem being stuck in the 80s. 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Well, I think we know where the next one's going to go. Will, Beyond the Black?
5.
5, 5. Whoa! Not the sort of album I would have envisaged you give it a 5. So,
I mean, compared to all the other albums today, Artificial was made better by what it was against.
And Heroes of Monsters.
It's 2023. Fall in Reverse have just released one of the greatest songs ever. So 0.5.
0.5. Oh, harsh. For me,
just there, isn't it?
Beyond the Black. No shock here, guys. 5. And one of the best 5s I've given. Awesome. Heroes of Monsters. I didn't think it was that bad. 3.5. But I give Heroes of Monsters quite good. Fantastic album. I mean, these battles with you guys from when we did your Heap right through to today. What an awesome month we've had. Anyway, so let's find out whether they're going to get any of these bands are getting to our top 50, our top our Hall of Fame. So let's go for it. So, well, with 3 5s to kick off with, 15, 19 and a half. Oh my God, guys, 23 for Beyond the Black. 23. That could well put it top alongside Volbeat for our greatest album of all time. It might even pip it. Well, we'll do some quick numbers. So here's a monster 7.5, 8. That's bad. 10.5. 14.5. I mean, it's still pretty darn solid, and certainly going to get into our top albums. Well, I've got to do some quick numbers, guys. We've got to do some quick numbers here as to whether or not it's reached our top of our all-time greatest. Yeah, Beyond the Black is top of our all-time Hall of Fame. 4.6 is the highest score we've ever given an album. So congratulations to Beyond the Black.
Paul looks horrified.
It's his beloved Volbeat. It's all our beloved. It's his beloved Volbeat that they just toppled off the number one slot on the top of our Hall of Fame, and you know it is a phenomenal album. so Volbeat's fine. Well, I mean, you give it a 3.5, bro. You know, you did enjoy the album. There's no two ways about that. I mean, you know, but there we go. It's 3.5 to 4.5 and a 3.5. Congratulations to Beyond the Black. Yeah, wow, what an album. What an album. Okay, so, wow, what a way to finish the show. Congratulations again. Thank you very much for joining me on today's MPJ album reviews. Please, please, please subscribe. Please hit the like button and please hit the bell if you want to hear more videos from our amazing crew. And yeah, keep on rocking, everybody, and keep safe. Thanks very much for joining us. Goodbye.
Bye.